Welcome to IFAStories, where ancient wisdom meets modern storytelling. Step into the sacred world of Ifa, the Yoruba spiritual system, where every tale carries the power of divination, destiny, and deep cultural insight. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of the Orishas, the divine forces guiding our paths, Orunmila, the Irunmoles, and many more. Each story is a bridge between the past and the present, weaving timeless lessons that inspire, enlighten, and transform. Embrace the wisdom, honor the tradition, and journey with us into the heart of Ifa. Subscribe now and let the stories guide you. To explore full Yoruba stories, Ifa teachings, and ancestral wisdom, visit our website, www.ifastories.com. Step into the sacred path for more resources and information. The visit. Prayer. Adifafun awoni eridilogun. Obagdo ife. Awo dun gide eweni dun iyasi edun pokon. Lade ejepa kotase enle Ògbè Tuámọ oya obalodafun olofin kaferefun runmila kaferefun Odùdúwà. Note. On this path, it is revealed why the Ìkifá of Odùdúwà and Odun is consulted to open the year, and it is done in the month of June. Patakin. Story. In the land of Kotose and Lay lived Awo Dun Gido, who was Ògbè Tuámọ, and he always stayed in his Ile house, where he received visits from his fellow brothers who were also Awoni like him. It was in the land of the Awoni that they had been studying Ifa for some time, seeking how they could guide the lives and behavior of their fellow beings whom they led. One day, during one of those gatherings hosted by Awo Dun Gido, he was visited by Shango, who, upon seeing them together, said, "You, along with Ògbè Tuámọ, want to bring happiness to your fellow beings, but to achieve this, you must chart a path dictated by Ifa, which serves as a pause and law for the inhabitants of the earth every year. For this, you must ask Olofin and Odùdúwà for the power, but before that, you must bring them offerings and make sacrifices to the different positions, spiritual stations, so that they will allow you to reach Olofin and Odùdúwà." At that time, there was no one willing or able to undertake such a task, and Ògbè Tuámọ, seeing the unwillingness of his brothers and knowing that not doing it would bring destruction to their land, said, "I will go see Olofin and Odùdúwà, but each of you must help me perform the ceremony for each of the positions to cleanse the path." Since it was the month of June and the harvest were almost ready, they gave Ògbè Tuámọ a basket of food, some fruits, and animals to bring as offerings to Olofin and Odùdúwà. When Ògbè Tuámọ arrived, he knelt at the door of Olofin and Odùdúwà and called them with the following suyere. "Omode anle awo Ògbè Tuámọ egba yi Olofin ati Odùdúwà," to which Olofin and Odùdúwà responded, "Iretete Olofin wa, iretete Odùdúwà wa." They invited him to enter and said, "We know you have come because you seek the secret to receiving the Aṣé that allows you to chart a path for the children of your land during their lives. But this will only be valid for 1 year. Each year, on the same date, you must repeat the same ceremony." Olofin and Odùdúwà told Ògbè Tuámọ, "The Ifa that will chart the path, we will give it to you." Olofin gave him the Aṣé Èkìfá, and Odùdúwà also gave him the Aṣé Èkìfá. And so, with this composite Ifa, Awo Dun Gido was able to cast an Adun Ifa, an annual divination, to guide his land for that year. He gathered his brothers and established the opening of the year to save humanity. Note, on this path, it is stated that the opening of the year must be done in the month of June, not in January. In traditional Yoruba practice, the annual divination, known as Odun Ìkifá, or opening of the year, is performed in June. This timing is tied to agricultural cycles, ancestral calendar systems, and the cosmological structure of the Ifa year. The story of Ògbè Tuámọ reflects this seasonal foundation. The harvest is ripening, offerings are made, and the steps to open the year begin. In contrast, within Lukumi/Regla de Ocho communities in the diaspora, the opening of the year, La Letra del Año, is performed in January. This timing emerged from adaptation to the Western calendar, colonial structures, and the rhythms of community life in Cuba and later in the Americas. Both systems express the same purpose, seeking clarity for the year ahead, but they follow different temporal frameworks shaped by environment, history, and cultural continuity.